Chewing time with Korean movies.
Movies sometimes they reflect someone's reality or real life. Although the story of real person is the basis of movie, sometimes it does like totally documentary. This is because a movie is impressive with acting of the role while unfolding the story of the movie. A movie starts with the comments, even though it is on the basis of real life of one man. It's not anyone's biography. Even though we can guess who he is, the director wants us to remember him in the movie, and the remembrance is complete by actor's performance. A hero over time is made by his nature and special moments which change him dramatically or awaken himself on. We call these critical moments as turning points of one's life. An actor can show any character by acting the role of the character. But a good actor plunges himself into the character and become one body with the character.
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Such an actor makes the audience be into the movies. 1980s, the time of disturbance in Korea. There were big gaps between generations, regions, and social status. Dictator late President Park Chung-hee was succeeded to by another dictator Chun Do-hwan. And Power Group tried to control the citizen with monitoring or ID verifying. In this movie, The Attorney, the wonderful actor Kang Ho-sung become one body with a character who tried to keep the justice and fairness. Oh Seok-sung was a judge. He worked at local court a few years ago, but now he returned home to Busan and opened his lawyer office. He graduated from commercial high school. He couldn't go to university because he was very poor. He worked as daily labor at apartment house construction. One day, his wife gave birth to the baby, and he felt sorry. He couldn't do anything for his wife and baby. He ran away from the restaurant without paying meal and bought some second-hand book with that money for studying. While working and studying at the same time, this clever man passed the judicial examination. He started his career as a judge at the local court with a full hall. But soon, he learned it was not easy to open his dream as a judge because of the school ties and all the boyism in Korean society. In fact, but the judges to a proud brilliant group from higher level university in Korea, so they were ashamed of having any relationship with a judge from commercial high school. He quit his career judge and opened his office. He earned big money with registration of real estate, which is considered shameful for the most lawyer because it was low-level work for a tax accountant or judicial scrivener. He could buy a house in the apartment where he had built as a daily laborer because it was kind of a trophy of victory in his life. He visited the restaurant where he ran away without paying in his 4 days. He owned a Sune and a son Jinu welcomed his family with their heart and the restaurant becomes his favorite place to meet with his friend. As he is earning more money, he gradually becomes famous in Busan, and many friends gather together around him. One day, Uso comes to the restaurant with his friend. When they are sharing drinks, one friend, a reporter of the newspaper, turns on the TV. TV showed the demonstration by university students, and also blamed the student as a loser who don't like the study. The reporter blamed Usok for his narrow view of the society. The quarrels between them are followed to physical fight. Usok, left alone in the restaurant, preaches about the life to Jin-woo. For the Usok's speech, demonstration like just throwing egg on the rock. Jin replied, the rock is dead, but even though egg is fragile, it is alive, and someday it can overcome the dead rock. Usok's obstinate preach makes the Jin's mother Sune get angry. She forces him out with splashing salt. Splashing salt means dispelling of bad luck in Korea. Usok feels confused for a while, plodding his way home. Rival lawyers also begin registering real estate. Usok needs a new business item, and that is consulting for tax. This smart lawyer can treat the work correctly and efficiently, so many large business groups visit him for tax consulting. Meanwhile, Jino, the son of the owner of restaurant Sun-e, volunteers in the reading book class for the people who didn't have enough opportunity of learning. Then, some detectives come and arrest him for unknown reason. Jino's mother frantically wandered to find her son for 1 month. When she comes to know that her son was arrested for violating the national security law, she falls into despair. Because the national security law is like the ring of laws. It can overwhelm any other law. When a suspect is fixed as communist by this act of the law, the suspect nearly cannot escape from the horrible situation. But Sune comes to Usok and pleads him to help her. She said she cannot meet her son because the police don't allow her to interview with her son. Usok strongly appealed to the police that interview prohibition is seriously illegal. When they meet Jino, they are shocked by the cruelty done to Jino. Sune is shocked and faint, seeing the miserable son, and Usok feels heartbroken by the cruelty done to Jino. Public security crimes are not found, but created by the Public Security Department. In fact, many cases of public security crimes were fabricated for a specific purpose, for controlling public, wanting something to the citizen, and achieving political good. Dictator government which couldn't be given any fairness or justification by public was afraid of public realization of true democracy. They didn't permit any academical, political, or social discussion. They tried to block any possibility of understanding democracy through those discussions. They defined the reading book classes as a dangerous possibility and arrest the related young students. Torture technician Dong-young is persistent and cruel to fabric crime from the innocent young student. He plots a scenario to create the criminal and make the student follow the plot by torturing. The student should memorize the scenario to create the perfect evidence for the crime. Dong-young has endless cross-check the statement, and whenever he finds even a small mismatch with the scenario, he cruelly tortures them until they complete perfect evidence. In the endless torture, the student, in panic, struggles to follow the plot to survive. The torturer put Gino's head into water, beat brutally to get bruises all over the body, or put hot pepper water on the face. Whenever Gino loses consciousness due to all kinds of cruel torture, the military doctor checks Gino's condition so that he does not die. Gino shudders with terrible pain several times a day. He experiences real hell there. One day, Songdu, a military doctor, whispered as he checked poor Gino, saying, "Don't open your eyes and pretend to faint." Gwanghae, the co-worker, strongly dissuaded him not to take the Gino's case, because Usok will lose his all-bright future and fortune by being stigmatized as defender of public secret crime by the government. Other lawyers also are worried about him and advise him to make some negotiation for the case. The judge called both the prosecutor and lawyer and urged them to make a negotiation for the case. When Usok rejected the judge's suggestion, the judge shouted, "The case of public secret crime is not an objective defense, but the objective negotiation." Now his big customer quit the contract. His family is being threatened secretly. And he is also monitored by an unknown agent. Usok asked to untie the handcuff of suspect by the presumption of innocence, and he reviewed the basis for the prosecution one by one. Possession of seditious book is major basis that the students are communist. Usok persuaded the judge that basis is not rational because they are absolutely good books which are on the list of book recommendation in Seoul National University. Especially E.H. Carr's book, What is History? Can never be seditious book aimed at communism. This is because he participated in Korean War against communism, he argued strongly. The statement by force is not valued as an evidence. Arresting without warrant is illegal. Usok strongly argued that confession under torture is not in value. Usok asked the judge to call the torture technician Dong-young as a witness. The argument between Usok and Dong-young is like a fierce battle. Usok pressed Dong-young with the sovereignty of people, and Dong-young mocks him with the overwhelming of public secret law. With several foreign reporters, the army doctor Songdu comes to the court for giving testimony about illegal tortures. Army doctor Songdu testified the cruel tortures done to the student. The momentous scale of justice about to win for the defendants. Some military police arrested Songdu Wei, and Usok also taken by the police. The case finished by negotiation between other lawyers and prosecutors and a judge. Usok ate the meal with the tears. Sune consoled him that he tried his best. His friend gave news that negotiations for the case is not so bad. Now, he makes up his mind to start new life as a lawyer of human rights for the justice of democratic society. In 1987, the Seoul National University student Jong Chol-bak was killed under illegal torture by secret police. There are many demonstrations arising all around the country. Many students and citizens felt the fury about cruelty. Usok protests the human rights suppression and human rights abusing in front of the protesters. Usok stand on courts for the violating assembly law. In 1999, lawyers in Busan enrolled on the list of attorneys for him. And the lawyers stand one by one as like guard of justice. This movie is on true, real story. And the characters in this movie were real persons of that time. The lawyer Woo Seok-song is President Roh Moo-hyun. Late President Roh Moo-hyun was true democratic president. President Moon Jae-in worked with him as lawyer of human rights in the same office, and he also was one of the lawyers who stood on the court that day.